In today's video, I'm going to tell you all about RV Life Trip Wizard. Randy and I are getting ready to head back to Florida for our annual doctor's visits. We have vet visits and like I said, doctor's visits. So I'm going to show you a little bit about our trip planning. I figured now would be a good time. It's kind of simple and easy. As you can see here, I've opened up RV Life Trip Wizard. And what I'm going to do is start a new trip, which is just going to be annual visit. And yes, I know the date we're leaving is going to be April 21st. You want to go ahead and create that. And I'm going to start with the park. We're in East Tennessee, so I'm going to use the Lazy Llama Campground in Chuckey, Tennessee. We're going to go ahead and start here. And it's active. Our RV info, that's something that you can take care of setting up in your settings over here. As you can see, we've got height already programmed in, the length of your vehicle, what our weight is, if we're carrying propane, what type of fuel we prefer, or not prefer, but utilize, which is diesel, as we have the Tiffin Allegro Red 33AA. Randy takes care of pretty much setting that up or directing me how to set them up. You also have your routing preferences. You can avoid toll roads, highways. As you can see here, we're already set. We're not going to ride on any ferries, and we don't want any unpaved roads. So let me X out of here and we'll go over to the settings here. We'll go to the default settings. Okay, apparently they've changed. So here we go. This is basically what I was just in off on the left-hand side. So we've got our RV info that we've just added in. The routing instructions here allows me or Randy to set an actual radius for the day. We prefer to stick to the classic views, and we don't want to go any longer than, as you see here, we've got a minimum distance of 200 miles, 250 for a middle distance, and then 350 for a max day. So again, you can pick that setting, which we find with the planning works great, as I'll show you. And we don't do anything with the expenses. I use this strictly for picking out my campgrounds and reviews, researching basically the campgrounds, determining our next stop. As you can see, this is web-based, and it is also a mobile app, which I'll show you down the road here. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead. As you can see, there's in this immediate area over here a ton of places. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for Ocean Breeze Resort, because that's our end destination. That we know that we're going there. I've already called and made an appointment. So we're going to add that to the trip, and we're going to be there for 7 nights. I'm going to lock the stay because we're going to be there on the 24th for 7 nights. And we're going to, excuse me, it's 6 nights. We're going to add it to the trip. And over here, you can see that they've left 3 nights available. So we'll figure that out. That's basically what I'm going to do and show you today. All right. Lazy Llama, I like to click on there, and it should allow me to, here we go, center the park. is what I typically do. And then what that does for me, when I scroll out here, it gives me my radius that I just walked you through. So as you can see, here's the route that we're planning. Several of the obvious campgrounds are here. So we're going to go up into our map settings, and we've got show the campgrounds. We don't want any points of interest on at this point. And I don't mess with any of that. So we'll go ahead with that. Our filters, they have over 20,000 campgrounds available in their system. They've got Good Sam, they've got Passport Americas, they've got state parks, Corps of Engineers, BLM land, basically whatever you're looking for, they've got it. So you can use this app option here to filter down what type you're looking for. You've got your park types, whether you want private, state forest, your national, park ratings you can pick. We prefer 4-star and above. Park features, it's very user friendly, very down to, you know, specifics as to what you're looking for. If you want to filter it down to your clubs and your memberships, you can do that as well. So right now we basically have the state forest is on, national forest. I think I'm going to take that off because we're going down to Florida. I don't really want that. And then, so we've got the state forest, commercial, Corps of Engineers, and 4 stars. Points of interest should be off, but as you can see here, if you want fuel or rest areas, the Flying J's, Camping World, casinos, pretty much whatever you're looking for. Pet hospital if you need it. As you know, we travel with the pugs. So you basically can turn them on, and then the hazards show you your low clearance. You can have that added in as well. So we're going to go ahead and update the map with those items. Okay, so this little button here will hide it away for you, and we'll have updated everything. So when I scroll out, as you can see, this is our route where we're at now. And scroll out a little bit further as to where we're headed down in South Florida. Okay, so when I plan for our trips, I'd like to stay in the green section. Obviously, this is the route we're taking. And you can send this to your phone or a GPS. They have that up in the tools section. There you go. And it shows you right here your trip settings. You can print your trip details, turn for turn, how to share it, email your itinerary, all this good stuff. So if you have any questions, that's a good place to go. It's very user friendly, so don't be concerned about, you know, popping around. You can always change anything that you can delete or make changes to everything that you've done with this. So now my chore here is finding something between point A and hopefully this green circle here. So what I do is typically I will go ahead and zoom in, and Good Sam is one of our memberships. So we're going to go ahead and see, review says for Pine Ridge Campground, and it's about 158 miles. So I can go ahead and click on the park details, and as you can see, this is a great feature that they have. You've got your features. It tells you, we're always looking for the 50 amp, but it tells you your connectivity, if you're going to have Wi-Fi, if you have AT&T, Verizon services. You can go to your reviews, and if I believe you have your Pro, all you have to do is click read more reviews if you want more information. And being a member, a Pro member, you can actually get detailed information. Yes, it is the RV Life Pro that you have to have. So this tells you if pets are allowed, the speeds of the actual internet services in that area, in that campground, and what the reviews are. This is important to us just because we're kind of particular about where we stay. But it's a great feature. Again, in this section here, they also, the users from RV Trip Wizard provide you with their own personal suggestions. You know, what you'd like to do in that area, if there's a good restaurant, what not to do, what to avoid, what to see, that type of thing. So it's really a nice feature. So if I wanted to go ahead and add this to my trip, I just slide that in there and say we're going to stay for one night because we want to get there by Sunday. So I'm going to put it on here after my lazy llama. Now here you can put in any kind of comments that you'd like. If it's, you know, this is a KOA. So if I want to look back and review it next year or later when I'm planning another trip, I can do so. So we're going to go ahead and add this to our trip. Okay, so let me scroll out here. So over here tells you that that's going to be a 2.5 hour, well, 2.25 day in travel time, which is pretty good for us. We don't like to go more than 2-3 hours in a day. So from that point, I can go ahead and click on this one and center it. And now when I scroll out, okay, so now my center is in a new place. So we're going to go ahead and find another campground within my circle radius here along my route. Basically, I try to take it as far as we can go. And here's a Good Sam. And this is a 4-star, and it's an 8.5 out of a 10. Click on the park details. They can take you to the website, which is nice. So you can check it out there, check the rates and availability. And go ahead back over here. Again, there's my features. It tells me it has 50 amp, Wi-Fi, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. The reviews tell me roughly how much it cost, when the last one was. This person gave it a 10 out of 10. I would go ahead and go to their website, and we won't go through all that process, obviously. It depends and varies, but we could go ahead and add it to the trip. We're going to stay for one night, and it'll be after Pine Ridge. And this was a Good Sam. Add to our trip. And then I have one night left to fill in. So again, I'm going to click on there, center it, scroll on out, and see where we are. We prefer to stay at Crooked River here. I believe it's this one here. Nope, that's not it. Zoom in a little bit further. There we go. Okay. And again, here's your features. Tells you what's available, the reviews, and the website. I just find it to be a very user easy friendly app that I use, like I said, for booking our campgrounds. And we're going to put it on after Lake Jasper, and this is State Park. To your trip, and there we have it. So as you can see now, the last day will be a little bit longer because that's typically what we do. We'll stay at Crooked River and then head back down to the Jensen Beach area when we go home back to our domicile. So there you have it. It's a very, like I said, again, very user-friendly app. We enjoy all the features that it offers. Everything that you've added transfers over into your mobile app. So I don't know how this is going to show here, but we've got my trips. Okay, so it did. Here is the annual visit. So when you click on that, it does show you all the different campgrounds, turn-by-turn instructions. It's, like I said, very user friendly, and it pops back and forth. One thing we are offering, they have a 7-day free trial, and we now have a 25% off discount code if you're interested in purchasing the annual membership. We'll go ahead and link that down in the description below. You have to sign up online, and that's where you can use the code for the discount. It's CHASINGTHEDREAMRV, and you'll receive 25% off if you go ahead with our code. Again, it's a wonderful application to use for route planning. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. We hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you in our next video.